they are convinced that everybody is lying, cheating, and stealing. And they think that that levee district is and maybe they are. I have no idea if they're wasting money or not.
Yeah.
But they want a new board in there to get a new auditor in there to audit and everything. They're convinced that auditors are looking for fraud all the time, but that's not actually what, when you engage, like the county auditor, they wanted to get rid of the county auditor, the external auditor, because they didn't catch certain fraud that they thought. That wasn't their job. Their job is to make sure that the generally accepted accounting principles are being followed and there's no misstatements in the financial documents. And if they see some irregularities, they bring it up to the auditor. They would bring it to someone's attention, and then that's a separate engagement. If you want to get somebody to go after fraud, a forensic auditor.
Yeah, forensic auditor. Yeah.
And so, or maybe your internal auditor, like at the county, would then go after it. Well, they think that, no, these guys they're in bed with these people, and they don't trust anybody. So they got to have their people in there, and they're going to stop all this so-called corruption. And like I said, maybe there is, but they base a lot of their decisions on things that they have no evidence to prove.
Yeah. Just paranoia, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Some of the things, and just again, a lot of this, and you worked in law enforcement, so you kind of understand I don't know how many wires you've done.
Never done that.
Never done a wire. So obviously, when you do a wire, you have to have a natural setting that you can't just walk into some place and start talking about things you would never talk with people about,
Right.
unless there's something that would precipitate it. Like if we were to serve you with a grand jury subpoena, and then you were to go into Hume's office and say, Sheriff's Department just served me with a grand jury subpoena, and they were saying it deals with those emails that you talked about that time, what the hell is going on? Would that be something you think he would open up to you about at that point? Because obviously, if you're coming to him to tell him you got served with the subpoena, he's going to see you as an ally, that you're coming there to figure out, kind of, let's rally the troops, let's figure out what's going on. Or do you think not?
That's a tough one. He's kind of a sly dog. He thinks he's a lot more sly than he really is.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if they would trust me in that situation, because I don't think that they would necessarily believe that I would be dumb enough to come in and do, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Because if that was me, I'd be going to my attorney and figuring something out,
But for the party, the good of the party kind of thing is that, rumors, innuendos, talk in the hallway, that's all one thing. But a grand jury where you're getting served with a subpoena to testify, those are a little bit different things, because now there's concrete, there's a criminal investigation ongoing. Yeah, it's something to think about, and you obviously are in a better position to know how he would react because you have that relation, versus just walking into his office. And if you were just to walk into his office and strike up a conversation about that, would that elicit it? Probably, less likely, because then it's going to be like, well, why are you coming in and asking about this all of a sudden on the blue?
Yeah, I could come in and start talking about some elections with him, and because they always want to talk politics, and I could just say
2018's election year, isn't it?
Yeah,
So.
yeah, and just talk. I could even bring up the judges' races, because they're very involved in those. They recruited someone to run against Judge Smith, and so I could probably just talk about those races and just say, I heard there's going to be some more vacancies, because there's always rumors about certain judges retiring. And I could even say something like, because I had actually heard a rumor that Judge Mudge might retire or do something else. And I could even maybe bring that up and say, hey, I thought you guys had something on him, And that might be a route.
Yeah, that'd be good. So again, those are, like I said, things that maybe to think about, is because obviously you would be in a better position to know at that point how to broach that with them, where it's not going to raise a flag.
Right.
What about, you said there'd be other people that would be willing to wear wire,
Tom McCrae probably would.
Tom McCrae?
Your assistant?
No, that's Tom's his dad, yeah.
Patrick McCrae is the assistant.
Yeah, I'm like, Tom McCrae.
And he's a county board member?
Yes.